Hello everyone, and this is Dr. Lu. In today's tutorial, I'll talk to you about graphical elements in an HTML file, including color of the page, color of texting, images, and videos, horizontal rows, such graphical elements. So let's go back to the HTML file we created previously. I saved it in this folder on my desktop, my first site. So let me open that, my first web page. Again, I have copied and pasted some of the graphical elements and codes into this file. I'll explain them to you one by one. Okay, let me move my page here. The first element I want to talk about is body BG color. That means a background color. So if you give a color, for instance, in my case here, you see gray, that means the color of the page or background will be gray. The next element is text. Factor in within the body, the text. I defined the color of text as black, so all the color of the text on the page will be black. And then link equal a value of color, blue. So that means the all links will appear in blue, and similarly v-link will be green. V-link means visited link, so when the link has been clicked, visited, and then it changes to a different color, in this case green. A-link next. A-link means active link. It's the color of the link when you click, and yet without releasing your mouse. So, and when you do that, the color will be red. So this define the color of the of links. As you can see here in explanation, you can either use the name of a color, or you can use the hex value of a color. When you use web colors, there is also additional way of defining a color, that is hex value. What is hex value? So let's go to Wikipedia and let me show you what is hex value. Okay, let me open Wikipedia quickly here. And look for hex value. Okay, I think the best explanation is offered on this site, web colors. Let me open that and scroll down. As you can see here, there is an elaborate table that gives you the hex code or hex values of different colors. Pink, for instance, the hex value of the color pink is composed of FFC0CB. So what you can do if you want to use this kind of pink, you can simply copy and paste the 6 alphanumeric digits and get rid of the spaces, and then copy paste that into the color value. So let's go back to our PDF file. Okay, so instead of gray, you can use a 6 alphanumeric code to define that value, as we just explained. Next, I want to show you images, how to insert images within an HTML file. What you need to do is to use these codes. Okay, and then within the quotation marks, put the exact file name. In my case, I saved squirrel.jpg. As you can see in my folder, there is a file here, squirrel, and the type is let me move my screen capture here. As you can see in the same folder, my first site, I have this file, squirrel, and the type is JPG, right? So as long as the file the image file is saved in the same folder as this HTML file, just to put the name of the file there, and then you can define the width of the image and the height of the image. 250, what does that mean? 250 is pixels, 250 pixels. How much is a pixel? A pixel is very little, and generally 1 inch is about 72 pixels, so 250 is about a little bit over 3 inches perhaps wide. And then the height. Alt, what does alt mean? Alt means alternative text. So sometimes when you visit a web page, some images don't show up. You see a kind of blank square there. So if there's something wrong with the image, it doesn't download when you visit a page. And putting an alternative text will help people know what kind of image is there, if it should be there. So having alternative text will help people understand what kind of image is there if something goes wrong. Alternatively, you can also access an image from online if the image is saved online. So in this case, for instance, you see here image src =, in a quotation mark I have a web link, and this web link defines where that image is stored. So then when people visit this page of yours, this page will automatically access that image from that link, from that location on the web. Again, you can define the width, height, and give some alternative text for the image. Now here, for the previous image, you see I used this beginning and ending code to define the image, the location of the image as centered. So then eventually the image will be centered. So let me save this and see what happens. Okay, let me right click and let's open this with Google Chrome. As you can see, this squirrel image is centered, and it's about 2.5 inches, 3 inches. And then the next image is accessed from a web location, the flower, and the background of the page is gray, right? And we also define some of the color of the links, blue, and then when you click on it, it becomes green. Then when you have visited that link, it becomes green. Now let's go back and continue with some more graphical elements. Okay, let me open that notepad page here and scroll down. Next thing I want to talk about is this HR thing. And HR means horizontal rule. So it inserts a little bar or line across the page, and you can define the size of the horizontal rule. 5 means 5 pixels. It's very little. 72 pixels is 1 inch, remember. And then you can define the width. That's the percentage of the window. If you want it to run across the whole window, it's 100%, right? Now, video. And the most frequent, most popular way to embed a video on a page is to embed a video from YouTube. So what you need to do is let's go to YouTube and find any video. Okay. This is a video about the president talking about the tragedy that happened in Connecticut. A lot of little children were killed. A very sad story. But anyway, so let's say we want to embed this video onto our page. What we need to do is click share, and then click embed, and then beneath that you'll see the codes for that video. Right click and click copy, and then go back to the notepad file. Let me move my screen here. So what you do is paste those codes there. So in our case, you can see the codes here. I've pasted. Okay, now let's save this again and see what happens. Right click and open with Google Chrome. Scroll down. As you can see, we inserted a horizontal rule here. It runs across the whole page, 100% of the window, and the height or size of the horizontal rule is about 5 pixels. And after that, we have this video embedded from YouTube. Okay, so in summary, today we have talked about some graphical elements for an HTML file, including color of the background of the page, color of texting, color of links in different states, active link, visited link, and the original color of the link. And then we talked about how to embed an image and a video, how to insert a horizontal rule. Again, for more codes concerning graphical elements, you can visit the HTML cheat sheet posted at D2L in week 1 modules. Okay, thank you for listening. Have a good day.